welcome back to Finalized. This is Cherish and I am not okay. I struggle with seasonal affective disorder. Yeah, I get sad in the wintertime when it gets dark. And part of that is the lack of sunshine, but part of that is routine. Yeah, no, I need a routine. How are you doing? It is a time of year that if you live in the Northern Hemisphere, especially if you're further up north, it's hard. And one thing that really helps me is staying on my routine. And lately I have fallen off. I stayed on an exercise routine at least for most of the year. And the last few months life has happened and it's not that I haven't exercised, I've just been struggling to stay on my consistent schedule. The dopamine rush of checking something off my list is depleted and I need to find something tangible and something fun, and that's where you come in. Well, if you want to. I thought it would be really fun to make a motivation blanket, and anyone who wants to can join in. Let me know, #motivation blanket. And I was really inspired by the temperature blankets. I know a few years ago at least, I had a friend who was making one. You make a list of the temperature ranges and assign them colors, and then every day you make a square or you knit a line in that color. And I was thinking it would be really cool for me to do that for a workout calendar where upper body days are a color, core days are a color, lower body days are a color, full body days are a color, rest days are probably just white because it's a visual rest. But I think it's important to still have that as part of the blanket because rest is still part of a healthy workout routine. And then one for cardio, probably one for outdoor exercise. So today I shoveled. So if I started my exercise routine, if I started my blanket today, then I think I would make it green. So I think that would be the one that I would get today. But it doesn't have to be for exercise. It can be for whatever you need to focus on setting a routine for. I was thinking about doing one for just doing all my daily chores that I have, but I think that would be really too easy to not do. There's so many things that, so many things on the list that I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm constantly not meeting my goal, because that would be disheartening. So I'm going to focus on workout, because if I stay working out, then that's really good for my mental health. I do better when I have a lot of strenuous workouts. Saying this to myself because I need to get back. I mean, I shoveled, but I need to get back in my proper routine. Yes, that's the goal. Motivation blanket. Pick a thing that you want to stick to for an entire year and build in a contingency plan. So like have a color for a day when you don't meet your goal, and don't make it a bad color. Make it a color that, like, it's okay for that to be a part of your blanket, because it's not a matter of doing it right all the time. It's a matter of establishing the momentum, the pattern, that it's part of your life, and another part of your life is rolling with the punches. So sometimes life happens. Make sure you have a color for days when it does not happen, because build grace into your blanket. I sort of mocked up roughly what I think it will be, but this blanket, I don't know what workouts I'm going to do each day. I think it's going to be 16 and 23 with a couple of spare days worked in so that it finishes out the row. And yeah, if you want to do like knit lines instead, or if you want to have your granny squares be an octagon, whatever, it's up to you. We're just making a blanket. And if you need to do like a monthly scarf instead of a blanket, go ahead. I mocked up some squares. So this is just a really small one, and I want to keep mine solid colors because I don't want to have to work in a million threads, because it's the worst part. I learned that when I made my Christmas tree Afghan, that I hate working in the things. I don't think anyone likes working in the threads, so I'm gonna keep it solid color so that most of them can just be crocheted over when I sew them together. Yeah, so this is just 2 tiers, and this For the yarn that I'm using, which this is just Lily's Sugar and Cream, because this is just Lily's Sugar and Cream because I don't like to touch anything wool. I don't like to touch anything polyester, so I only use cotton. And I've tried one other cotton yarn and I did not like it, so for now this is what I use. If I find something else, we'll see. But this is just worsted weight, I believe. Yeah, this is worsted weight. I am really new to the yarn world. I crocheted a lot in the last year, but I'm still new. This is 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So that, I've worked it out. It would, I'll put the measurements here because I don't remember, but not including whatever was added with sewing it together and with the edges, it would be like a nice small blanket, like a good crib blanket maybe if you just want something smaller, and it would be cheaper. So if you're like, I don't know if I can afford to make a whole blanket, that might be the way to go. It's probably the way I should go, but it's not the way I will go because 3 is still like small enough that it's not going to be a huge blanket and hopefully won't be too expensive. This works out to a pretty decent size. This is 3.5 inches. This is what my squares are going to look like. I'm thinking that this is going to be my I exercised outdoors square. So this would be for like gardening or shoveling the snow, or maybe going for a walk in the woods if I can do that. And there'll probably be days when I do more than one exercise. Maybe I do a video and I work outside. So I'm just gonna choose on that day which one I want to represent, because I don't want to have multiple colors in my thing because that'll be too much. And I think this will probably be maybe full body or upper body. I don't know. My plans, I gotta get a few more colors, but I want colors like these and blue and purple in the mix and maybe some orange. This is gonna be my rest day. So we're gonna have a nice white for rest day. And then the edging and sewing them together will be black. And I think that's gonna be really pretty. So I'm really excited. I need to order a bunch more yarn. I wish that I had the yarn now so I could show you exactly what I was going to do, but maybe I'll do that later. Anyway, let me know what you are going to keep a track of, what you're going to use your motivation blanket for, and tell me your color scheme. What are you into? Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to follow along, see more. Happy New Year! Bye! Come on here. Just be better.